everything is a psyop, and the right will scream China, China, China. The left will scream Russia, 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 and they both agree on Iran and never talk about Israel. So I'm just going to throw that in there. That's the general political psyop landscape. But it's obvious that foreign adversaries do not want this administration to clean up this country because U.S. aid and Doge have exposed that we are literally the piggy bank for the entire world. So if we change anything in what we're doing, it's going to affect their ability to change America over time. So this is part of the economic battle. So what would you do if you were a foreign adversary? Here's what I would do. I would sell U.S. bonds. I would inject a ton of money into the U.S. stock market, and I would keep putting money in there until something bad happened in the market, some bad indicator where I would literally have to pull that money out, lower the stock market, and then shift that money into bonds to lower the yield, to refinance, and then get back to work, get back to normality. I would have to do that through all types of things like purifying the GDP data, where my now local, regional, Federal Reserves have to look at different data and reassess their estimate of our GDP. As I stated right in the beginning, the Atlanta Federal Reserve is now saying this next quarterly expectation of GDP growth is negative 1.5. This is all happening in almost the exact format I envisioned this thing in about a year ago, where you would see this landscape where you can see the foreigners pumping up the stock market so that the bond market gets crushed. But what Trump is coming in here and doing is going, okay, I see what you guys have done. You guys have used false data, so we're going to use real data, revise our estimates. If we post a negative 1.5% GDP in Q1, that is going to give you a 5 or 10% correction in the stock market. If we do it in Q2, probably going to be about the same. That structure is designed to be exactly what we're watching. So while people will panic and say, oh my God, the GDP is falling, the GDP hasn't grown. The actual gross domestic product without government spending, consumer spending on healthcare, and all the other socialist tactics that bump up at GDP, we have been shrinking. We actually right now are growing again,